Just a second here. Going live, and we are live. Hello, everyone. How's it going? We're waiting for everyone to come in
Hello.
and our screen to kick on here, and we are live.
Yes, we are. Let's see. Let me pop out this chat so I can see who's going on.
First up, we have Nunya. He's first in line. I think he's like the first one to
Oh, there
show
you
up.
go.
Cool. How's it going? Hope everyone's good today.
Yeah. Saturday, not too bad. Kind of rainy
Saturday.
here. So,
I was gonna ask you
man,
how the
yesterday we had a
weather went.
wicked windstorm. Woo!
Oh, really?
It was crazy windy. Yeah.
Wow.
So people chasing their trash cans and trampolines
Well, that's
down the
the fun.
road.
Yeah, that's the fun part, right? You know, chasing the trash cans. You think you grab it, and then all of a sudden it takes off again. So,
Well, my poor little dog went out there to go to the bathroom, and man, we just about lost him. He
oh
lifted his leg
wow,
like a parachute. Start to
almost,
get him.
almost flew away like Dorothy's dog, huh?
Right, exactly. Little Toto out there.
Toto, right? Looks like Biker's Basement's in the house. What's going on?
Mike!
Dwayne wants to, or Mike wants to hear about your new purchase. We'll get to that here in a second.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yep, for sure. All right, guys, this is episode. Where are we at? 9. Yep, sure are. We thank you guys. We thank you guys for showing up and when you're watching us hang out. Okay, what's so funny? He's, sorry if the connection's kind of bad. We were working on this, so don't mind us if we're a little slow trying to answer questions.
Just pretend
So,
that Jim is like your old, Alzheimer-ridden uncle or something. He's a little bit behind, kind of outbursts in weird times.
yeah, for sure.
Maybe he has Tourette's.
I don't know what's going on with the. I don't know.
He's like the old show in the '80s, Max Headroom. Remember that? Yeah,
That's it again.
where he freezes up, he
We
goes,
get like a Coke
ah.
commercial or something, right?
Yeah, right. And Kathleen's in the house. We were just trying to get her to come in this week, but I know she lost her voice. I mean, it would have been really cool. If you go on
Yeah,
her
we'll get her in
Facebook
here
page,
sometime.
we go on her Facebook page. She has some really cool bracelets. I think that's kind of biker related. Actually,
Yeah,
they're really cool.
absolutely.
And but we'll get her on when she's feeling a little bit better. But that's okay, no problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got Jim Sands here, who's in the chat, who's also Wizards World.
Hey,
Okay, so Mothership Motorsports, how was your week? Have you found anything in the uh, reselling community that's biker related, or come across any really
Well,
cool
not
deals?
not really an auction, but I did end up getting a couple more motorcycles. Like I said, I think there's something in the water at my house because
Oh,
I started
okay.
with one and now I have 5. So I don't know what's
Oh,
going on in the
man,
garage. It keeps multiplying.
I think
So
I think you're gonna have your own bike shop,
actually,
or
okay, that's another thing I'll talk about today because I went to a bike shop today
oh, you
that was
did.
going out of business in Salt Lake, and man, there was a lot of stuff there I could have picked up, but for dirt cheap, but I didn't. So. Um,
Oh man, you can make a killing probably on
Oh man,
online right now.
he had an English wheel. He had a building bench. I picked up a grinder, a buffer, and a chop saw. But he had all kinds of metalworking equipment for making your own tanks and stuff like that. I wish he had a tubing bender. I would have bought him. I would have bought it if he had a tubing bender to make exhaust.
Oh man, that would have been killer.
That would have been a good deal.
Yeah.
But Yeah, so he's I guess going out of business, and man, he had so much stuff. And if I knew more about old style Harley parts, there was stuff everywhere. I just don't know enough on what to get. What would be. Um,
So was he going out of business because of the pandemic? I mean, I know your little
Yeah.
shops. Is
That
that a
was.
small
He said
shop?
he'd been in business 25 years, and he got an infection in his leg, and
Oh wow.
it had
Sorry to hear
MRSA.
that. Yeah.
So,
Probably
but
getting older.
the thing that's putting him under is the pandemic. He said they just it just killed the business for him. So
Yeah. Independent person, it's kind of hard to keep up with some of the
right,
commercial.
and this was a place of business. I mean, this wasn't like me. I'm doing it out of my house. I'm not.
Yeah.
If I shut down, if I had a business going and I shut it down, it's no big deal because I just shut the door.
Right.
When you have overhead and stuff like that, you have to.
It makes it hard. You got to make sure everything's paid. Plus, what's if you have the building that's rented out and stuff. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So I went and saw him, and there was a lot of cool stuff. A couple of he had some cafe racer projects and a couple bobber projects that he had about 3/4 of the way done that I could have got picked up for pretty good, pretty cheap. But like I said, I'm good with the 5 I have. I'm actually trying to get rid of 2. So the purchase that Mike was talking about is I bought 2 CB900Cs, which they were made from 1980 to 1983, and
Oh,
they
wow.
were like
Cool.
Honda's touring bike at the time. They were trying to make a long haul touring bike,
Okay.
other than the Goldwing. So
Yeah.
the weird thing about these that I found out a little bit more about doing a bunch of research is this is a 10-speed bike. I mean, not bicycle, but it has 10 gears. It has a high and a low and 5 in the transmission. So it actually has a 10-speed transmission.
Is that the only brand that has something like that?
I have no idea. I mean, it even stumped Jim. He's like, no, I've never heard of that. But he looked it up, and yep, it was true. I don't know if anybody else has done a 2-speed. They call it a 2-speed differential, but it's not really the differential that's speeded. There's a high and low range selector, I think is what they call it. So
okay.
But sorry.
No, I was just saying, hey, Wizards World, you want me to? I saw you switch cameras. Do you want to switch cameras to see if it's your computer or not? He's still. Never mind.
Am I still doing it?
Yeah, you're still here. So do you want to? It showed that you have your other camera on. Sorry, guys, we're trying to work out.
Shows what?
It shows your other camera on that you popped in.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to see if the other camera, it was doing on the other camera also.
You still there?
Actually, the other one, that one looks better.
Hey, so start talking real quick, because you're on the other camera now. Are you there? Can you hear me? Oh, now there's no audio, but you're not jumpy, though.
Here. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. So that's actually a better picture. It's not lagging.
Yeah, it's not twitchy.
There we go. We got you.
I'm not jerking. So it must be this computer. I don't know why it's doing that.
I know. I don't want to hear about you jerking at all. I mean,
And that's what I love about this show. You never know what's going on. So that's kind of cool. That's what I love about it. That's all good. You have to be 18 years older to enter. So you're not.
We never know what's going on. Right? We're the ones doing it. We're definitely not professionals. So
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so I got these 2 bikes. I paid $500 for both of them. One of them, here, I've got a picture of one. Hold on. This is the one that. This isn't how I bought it, but this is what it is now. And like I said, I'm just flipping these ones.
All right.
They were a great deal. This is the bike that's all in all together, minus the carburetors and the battery on this one, and the headlight. The brakes and stuff are kind of hanging and stuff, but it's all physically there. So on this bike and a parts bike that's just in boxes. It's a complete tear down all the way to the frame. This is a 1980, and the one in boxes is a 1981. So I bought both of these for $500. Like I said, it didn't look like this when I first got it, but I buffed it up, polished the tank a little bit, blew all the sawdust because the guy had it in a cabinet making business, setting up against the wall. He had the intakes plugged and stuff like that, so I don't think anything that really got into the interior of the motor, but it was just covered in dust. So I blew it all off, um, and brought him home. And I had second thoughts. I was like, oh man, I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. You know, it's $500 is quite a bit of money for me. Um, I don't make tons of money, so it was pretty. I was pretty anxious about spending the money. So I thought about it, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to buff this one up, see if I can start to get it running. This was my first plan: start getting it running, and then I'll just piece out the 81 parts online because it's kind of a weird bike. I figured maybe the parts are worth a little bit more. They're not.
Yeah.
But anyway, I could still make some money. So I threw them up for seven. Well, I threw it up for $1,250 for this one, and $300 for the one in pieces.
Nice.
Now I'm down to $900 on this one because I'm trying to flip it now. You know, I'm trying to just move it. I've made it up to this point, and I thought, okay, you know what? I really don't want to build this bike. I don't really want to spend money to put a battery in it and stuff like that at this time because I just wasn't quite ready for that. So now this one is up for $900 and the other for $250. But also, ultimately, what I told one guy is I'll take $1,000 for both of them.
Oh, there you go.
Which basically doubles my money.
Yeah.
And I bought it 3 days ago. I mean, and I put like an hour of work into it.
So where you listing your bikes right now? Is it OfferUp, Facebook?
I have them listed on Facebook Marketplace, and then we have a place called KSL.com. It's very much like Craigslist. It's kind of a classified. Craigslist is dead here.
Oh,
it never really took off because of that KSL. It's a local classified, and there's a lot of stuff on it. So it's on there, and then in the Facebook Marketplace, it's in like 8 different Facebook groups.
Oh, there you go.
As well. So I just threw it out there. You know, it looks like a great project bike. I just didn't really want to get into it, you know, that much on this particular bike. My original plan was to build one and build the other into a custom that I was going to make. But I decided this just isn't the bike for that.
So let's say, one idea I was just coming up with as you have that picture on there. I'm pretty sure you can do it on Facebook, but is do a video of the wraparound of it, just like so you can probably sell it because people want to have to see an idea of kind of like what's going on with the bike. That way, if you did a wraparound video around there and posted it with your, item on Facebook, you get something like an idea to show,
Yeah, absolutely. I hadn't thought about that.
So let's say you can't sell that right now. Are you going to end up putting some money into it? Or like your battery to sell it for more?
Kind of what I was thinking is I could probably get this bike running for maybe $200 or $300 more.
Okay.
The carburetors, I have the carburetors. They're not on right now. Yeah. And anybody that knows an inline 4, an older inline 4, the intake manifolds they're rubber. They go into the head.
Gotcha.
Damn, they're so hard. I'd have to buy new intake manifold just to get the damn carburetors on, because I tried and I was like, man, this isn't happening. I mean, this is 40-year-old rubber here, so it's old.
Right. Well, didn't you, Wizards World, didn't you do some research? Like, if you had a running one, wouldn't it be pretty decent to sell?
Yes, I did some research for Dwayne while we were talking yesterday, and I found out that he can get up to $2,500 each on one of those.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely.
So on that bike, so you got the bike that's all intact, basically. So then on the other one, did you get a frame with it, or they just gave you a box, or is that the one behind it?
No, that one behind it's is Chance's. Let me see if I still have the pictures of the other one. The other one, yeah, I do.
Okay. Oh, Dragonfly's in the house. Let's see who's online now. Let's give some shout outs.
Yeah, do it.
Anonymous Biker USA again. Hey, how's it going? Glad you came by, stopped in. I know you're busy. Let's see, Kathleen's here. Dragonfly Sands is here. Hello.
Randall None Uffen Business is here. Randall.
Yep, he's here.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh wow,
So
so
here's a
that's just
picture
a
of
frame.
the bike in a box. You know, this is the classic, you know, bucket of shit. And you know, here it is. It's
Oh, it
taken
does.
off.
Man, that thing looks like it's wrecked, man. It's crazy.
It's not wrecked. I mean, everything's straight. The frame is straight.
Yeah.
The motor. This is you know here you can't really see it very well, but there is the motors under there. I mean, the
Okay.
handlebar. Basically, as I went through this, I think I found every piece except a tank.
Dang.
The
Wow.
actual tank for this one is on the other bike.
Yeah.
The red tank and side panels is what I put on the 80.
You know, it would be a really cool, video. I know you don't want to use this as a project, but that would be a really cool build from the ground up. To videotape
I
that.
know. I've been thinking about it. What I've been doing the last 2 days is taking all the parts in these boxes, and
Yeah.
this person that tore it apart was very meticulous.
Oh well. Okay.
They're, everything has a baggie, and it says, she didn't always get. It was a she. She didn't always
Okay.
get the right name of what the parts were, but
Yeah.
I mean, it has the bolts that came out of it. It has the clips. I mean, when she took
Man.
it off, she put it all in a bag and then labeled it. Like I put
That's
the
awesome.
coils from this bike, the 81, on the 80, and it had the coils. It had the bolts to bolt the coils onto the bike. It had the wire harness still in there. So I mean, she was very meticulous when she took it apart.
That's a good thing. For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when this is my first deal with a Honda STB 900. I've never really messed with them before, so.
So did she take anything apart as far as the motor wise, or is it just all one?
She took off the left side panel and the right side panel, the points
Oh,
cover,
okay.
stuff like that, but nothing internal.
Oh, okay,
So, I
cool.
mean, she didn't pull the valve covers off or the heads or crack the case.
Well,
or
you
anything.
figured, yeah, you figured the motor by itself will be worth $500.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know how many
but
miles on it.
I don't know. It's a soft market here. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know about where, where else it could do, but here this not very popular. So
Huh. I'm
this is how
surprised.
it actually showed up when I bought it. This is how it looks. So I mean, it doesn't look a whole lot different, but like I said, I just polished it up a little bit, put a tank and some side panels on it,
Yeah,
and
that's a big difference right there.
cleaned it up.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, so
Big difference.
yeah. So,
How many?
and guys, just look for deals out there. I mean, look for basket cases because you can flip parts. If anybody that does any kind of reselling or anything like that, if you go, I mean, I've just pulled some parts off, and they may be worth only $20. But if you have 50 of these $20,
It adds up.
$1,000.
Yeah,
So
it adds up for sure. And that's the thing too is you can go to your. In fact, Dwayne saw a couple of them around his area. Is you have those junkyards that you can bid on different bikes that might have a front end that might be smashed, but the other parts are still good.
yeah,
You can get a salvage title, really cheap. I mean, if you want to go that route now, if like a beginner biker, a person that's wanting to ride and not really sure that they want to ride, or if they want to make this as a hobby or an everyday thing, is there's bikes, even running bikes. There's bikes out there for less than $1,500. Not necessarily a project bike, but an actual bike that's running to just kind of get your feet wet,
yeah.
And
There's
and then,
absolutely. I've noticed here there's like 1,500 and below are kind of project bikes, and then
Yeah.
1,500 to about 2,500 are all your metric, your older metric bikes. Your 90s, your early 2000 Honda, Suzuki, Yamaha. The Vulcan, my Intruder. Those kind of things. There's a lot of those in that 1,500 to 2,500 range that are really nice bikes, and it's just that people are. They're nice. They want to move up, or they're tired of this bike, or whatever. So
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be a Harley. I know the Harleys are expensive, but even a Sportster, it's anywhere between.
I found here's
depending
a
on.
perfect example. I found a Sportster 2 days ago for $1,200.
Well, there
It
you
was
go.
a 99 Sportster, I think,
Okay.
or maybe it's a 2001. But I
There you
mean,
go.
it wasn't trashed. It didn't look like it had ever been laid down.
Right.
I think the guy was just trying to, move up to a bigger bike or something. So,
Yeah, for
um,
sure. And that's
so
what
basically
happens.
what I'm saying is there's deals out there. Go looking.
Yep.
You got OfferUp, you got Craigslist, you got Marketplace. Go out there and just, again, it don't have to spend thousands of dollars. You can spend even, I would say even less than $1,000, and you can get a pretty decent bike. You might
Yeah.
have to change the oil in it or something just frugalist, and change that, and you're
9 times out of
done.
10, you always have to get a battery. I mean,
Yeah,
motorcycle batteries don't last long. So if it's sat for a
exactly.
year, you need a new battery.
Yeah, it's no big deal. You can ride.
But like I said, my bike that I'm riding now, my Vulcan 800, excuse me, Intruder 800, I
Yeah.
paid $300 for. Now that's not a normal deal. That was a really awesome.
That was really
But
cool.
just if you're out there looking all the time, stuff will come up, and people, sometimes they just want to clear it out of their garage. Like, there's been times that I need the space more than the money, so it's like, you know what? I don't care. Just give me $100 and take it.
Yeah,
I need
exactly.
that space. So there's people out there willing to do that. Like I said that earlier, I went to a motorcycle shop that was closing down. Basically, when I walked in, he said, "You know what? I need to get all this stuff out of here today.
Oh
So
wow.
you name
So
your own prices."
so did you find, and again, no matter where you live, you can find deals like that. But did you look on, where did you find this guy that was, did he have it as an advertising that he was getting rid of
Yeah,
things, or it was a
yeah. He
sign
had it
outside?
advertised on Facebook. Um, some of the groups that I'm in, there's a Utah classified for bikes and stuff. And that's another good thing is to look on Facebook. There's all kinds of groups for every bike you've ever known, and
Yep.
even in your area, you'll find, like I said, mine. I have a Utah bike classified Facebook group where they just sell bikes. So
Yeah.
sometimes you get some good deals.
And
But
like you
yeah, he
said,
was
there's some
on that.
Harley ones, there's Honda, there's
Yeah,
Kawasaki. So
yeah. In
whatever
fact,
you're
every
looking
time
for.
I buy a bike, I get hooked up with one of the groups for that bike. Like I'm
Yeah,
in a
there you go.
CB900C group, and I'm also in an Intruder 800 group because there's so much information that those guys have that they're willing to share for free. I
Oh,
mean,
big time.
every one of those I've went in the files section in Facebook, and they've
Yeah.
got, some of them got the manuals up there. They've got different things. They're like, hey, this is a common problem. You know,
Yep, for
so
sure.
here's the fix. So there's just so much knowledge out there. It's really important to look into that stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. So, yeah, that was a really good, man. That was a really good deal, for sure.
I
Wizards
hope.
World. How was your week? Did you have anything that
Uh,
was done?
I didn't do anything special this week. I did a little research, and I thought we could talk about for those of you out there that want to paint a helmet, the steps that you
Oh
can
yeah.
take if you want to paint your helmet. Uh,
Yeah.
it, it's not as hard as it looks like, and it's actually a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yeah, let's
So
talk
you can
about that.
tell
I'm
us.
interested in this.
Yeah, for sure.
So, uh,
In fact, I'll pull up our Facebook page here real quick, and then we can talk about that afterwards if you want. And let's see if there's anything new here. All right, let's see. Let's go to
And did I
community.
scare everybody off? Everybody's typing in the chat.
Yeah, I noticed they're all
Is there
quiet,
anybody
huh?
out there? I mean, did I
Is there
scare you?
anybody out there? If not, if you can
Right.
hear me.
Is there anyone at home?
We don't need a community strike. No, just kidding. That's a good song though. All right, don't forget, if you haven't already, go to the Facebook page. We are in the process. Actually, all three of us are in the process of finishing up the Texas Rider webpage, and that way you can find up to date community tabs, what's going on, new products. We're gonna be coming out with shirts and everything else. Or if for some reason you can't find us on Facebook, you'll be able to go to the website. So here's let's see what we got here today. Anybody posted anything? Oh yeah, That's yeah. He called me or he messaged me this week. Is I think I have a problem. Dwayne. There's just. I was like, I thought something serious. I was like, man, what's going on? Why? What happened? You know. Then he posted this. This is where he said he bought a quantity of 2 CBR 900Cs. That's pretty awesome.
So Kathleen Brandt says she's into scooters now.
She's into what?
Hey, you know what? Whatever. 2 wheels is 2 wheels.
Yeah, exactly, right? Make it electric. All right, Wizards World, let's talk about your painting ideas and your helmets and how easy could anybody could do this?
Anybody can do it. And there's a lot of YouTube videos, and I haven't done a video in a while on painting on a helmet, and I should do one. Just get an old helmet and paint it and show everybody. But here's the steps that you take. First step is that you want to make sure that you take the inside lining out of the helmet. Then you want to make sure that there's no visor or anything on it and remove that. Then you can take and sand it with your hand, or if you want to buy an airbrush, they make little sanding modules for the airbrush where you can get in the little cracks and you can sand it that way. Then you want to mask off what you don't want to paint, or mask off if you're going to make a little design or whatever. Go to one of the vinyl cutters if you want to have a certain type of design. Go to one of the vinyl guys that does the cutting and have him design that, cut it out for you, and then you just put it on there, and you can do the reverse, or you can do it, when you peel it out, you can spray the inside, or you can put the design on there and spray around it, and then leave whatever you do on the bottom. So it's easy to do. And then
now, when you do it, what kind of sandpaper do you use?
You want it to be pretty smooth. So you start off at how good a helmet, how good a shape the helmet's in. If it's in pretty good shape, you can do it with 500 grit and then go all the way up to 2,000 grit and smooth it out. And that's kind of what you want to do. And then prime it would be a good idea before you paint it. Just go ahead and prime it, and then go from there.
Now, is this something you clear coat at the end, or is it just?
Yes, you can. They make clear coats out there that you can put on there. They make a matte clear coat. They make a shiny clear coat that you put on there, and it's all spray. And you want to be able to hang it up where you can get up in the air where the helmet's hung up, and then you can walk around the helmet and spray it, and reach inside, turn it and spray it like that, and then put it back down where you can spray the whole thing like that. If you've got the liner out, it's not going to matter if you have a little overspray on the inside, because the liner is going to go back in and cover it up. So
when you're using this, are you using an enamel or an acrylic, or what kind of lacquer paint? What kind of paint are you using?
I use a spray paint like duplicate color, and that works real well. They make several duplicate color paints that are that you can, I guess you call them chameleon paint, to where you can do that and change the colors on it, or you can get duplicate color paints that are metallic looking. I like duplicate color for the paints, but there's other good ones out there too. So try it out that way any way you can.
Yeah, I have a whole bunch of helmets that I got in a storage unit. Just some old, ugly, old 70s brain buckets. Maybe I'll, stand one up and just dink around, mess with it.
There you go.
There you go.
And turn around and sell it.
Sure. Well, I don't know. They're pretty old.
There you go.
Most people don't want a DOT 1978 helmet.
Well, that's the thing I was thinking about too. Is I just looked up the life of a motorcycle helmet too, and after he got done talking about it, was the industry. It says the industry standard is 5 years. After 5 years, you want to get a new one. So after that point, then you would probably put it on a shelf because you just made this look nice.
Yeah.
Just from that standpoint. Here's something else that people don't know. these helmets are rated for an impact of 35 miles an hour.
Oh, really?
And DOT helmets are rated for an impact of 35 miles an hour. And if you in any kind of act, that's can be you can drop it, and your helmet is now impacted at and you might have to get a helmet. So if you be careful, don't drop your helmets.
Yeah, and
Right.
they actually recommend that. I just looked it up. They recommend replacing it if it has any kind of, and it might be like a hairline crack. You might not even see it.
Yeah.
And then
I used to race cars, and that's how we had to do it. It was called a Snell rating for those, and you had to have it 5 years. If
Okay.
it was 5 years or older, or if it showed any kind of damage, scuffing, cracking, or denting, or that it's fallen, you had to get a new helmet. They wouldn't rate it.
Okay, so
Plus,
have you done any video, Dwayne, this last week?
No.
Okay, you need to have your video ready to go for next week because we've got one ready. James did his today, and I did mine. In fact, I'm watching it on my other computer right now, and it is smooth.
So oh yeah, okay, yeah, we were gonna compare. That's why he was recommending you coming up. But let me say real quick, hi to Firewolf Tech. He's a really cool guy. Go check him out. If you want to, he's a channel builder. So if you want more subs, you go to them. You communicate with each other in the chat, and if they like what you have, then they'll, you can sub to him or not. So he's a really cool guy there. So. He's in the house.
Cool.
He's supporting us.
Nice.
But you gotta now on back to the helmets is you also gotta remember too is that like let's say you don't drop it for 5 years, but that 5 years and the weather, the sun beating down on it, the sun beating down with the ultra rays as dysfunctions the plastic. Just like anything, like when I go to work, I wear a hard hat too, and it's good for so many years too. So. It's just the integrity of the plastic, it gives over time. So
well, and the
just
other
keep
thing
that in
is
mind.
that they come so far with technology nowadays that it completely different composites than what it was 5 years ago in helmets. Just
Yeah,
for
exactly.
more safety.
That'd be cool if they had like a caviar, that just take the
There you go.
impact, So
Romaine, Randall's wife, Romaine, said hello.
Oh,
Hey,
hey, Romy.
hey, how's it going? Glad you can come by and stop by and see us.
Yeah, appreciate it. So now you were going to talk about. Did you do anything on your bike, James?
No, I didn't actually.
Guys,
I know, man.
why I gotta keep holding up this portion of the show?
I know this is the bad part. It's just, man, I have a lot of stuff going on at home, and I did get a ride in today at least.
That's good because I didn't.
Well, then I could, last week you shared your video, so at least I'll have something
Yep, exactly. That's great.
cover up.
No.
We actually went on a ride to Conroe, and if you're not familiar with that, that's going from Houston going toward Dallas, going north. There's a place called Conroe, Texas, and we went to go see a friend that lives out there, and he took us around.
Wait a minute. Wait. You have a friend?
Unfortunately, yeah, I do.
Okay. Does he know this, or is he just
no? Well, no, I kind of
he's
paid
a
him on the
bystander.
side. I kind of paid him on the side to be my friend, so or to ride with me at least, be part of the Facebook page, all that.
That's cool.
But actually, he's one of my dad's good friends, so also that too. So we went
Now
up there
I know
to. Now, yeah, I am lying. No. But we went out there to see him, and he's like, "Hey, I'll go ride with you, for at least 30, 45 minutes, because we were on at that time. We got there kind of late, and we didn't
Now,
have a
how
lot
far
of
is
time.
it up to his place for you guys?
From Wizards World, what would you say? It's like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
From my place, it's a little. Well,
Right
we took the back roads going through there, and you would say about it.
It
A
took us
little over an hour.
a little over an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Somewhere
So you
right
guys
now.
got a good ride in before you got to
Taking
where.
it easy, taking the back roads.
Yeah, we took 2920 all the way to Tomball, stuff like that to 105. But let me see if I can
Outstanding. So that's
bring
cool.
that up, and you'll see some shots. Now this is not edited. This is just straight from my camera. I am gonna have a video up as soon as I get done finishing the National Forest one. Again, almost like I need to hire my own editor. But I want everything
Right?
done right. Let's see if I can bring this up here. All right. Where
My phone just
is
started freaking out.
it? Started what? Freaking out?
My phone just started freaking out.
Uh oh.
What the
Now,
hell?
Monday, it's like they said it's gonna be raining 60%, and at that time we weren't even gonna ride or whatever. And then yesterday we looked at the weather. Oh, it's 20%. Not gonna be that bad. So going up there, it didn't rain. It was just bright, sunny, it's hot. And then while we were in Conroe, it kind of rained on us. So you'll kind of see that a little bit here. See if I can bring that up here.
I was gonna say another thing, guys, is try to stay home on Monday because everybody will be coming back with their trailers, and if you think
Yeah.
people can't see my motorcycle before with a trailer, people can't see you at all.
Yeah. And then we're gonna talk about that a little bit later. Where you ride, where people ride. I mean, are you in their blind spot? What have you learned driving on the road? We'll talk about that here in a little bit. What your idea is, Dwayne, and where you ride, and I mean each person rides different, and it's not really. I mean, I guess there's a wrong way because if you get run over, you're in the wrong position. But here's we now the guy in the very front. He's our friend. He actually took his 12-year-old son on the trip with him, so he started kind of riding with him a little bit. Then Wizards World second, then I'm last, so I have them both in front of me. So Wizard World has his GoPro, and we'll probably compare them next week. If Dwayne can do some recording, then
Yeah.
we'll see what you guys in the chat prefer. Helmet shot, front shot in the front of the helmet that Dwayne has. Mine's on the side, and Wizards World's actually on the front part of the. If you can see right here,
Windshield.
his is on the windshield right here. So we'll go over that next week and tell me what you guys think about it. So I'm gonna play the video now. So this is he was actually taking us to the Conroe boat ramp because there's a huge parking lot to kind of look over the lake, and they had two cop cars in front of the road blocking it. So I don't know, but there was actually people. If you'll look here in a second, there's actually people jet skiing, water skiing out there with big boats and everything else. So I know there's multiple ramps that you can go to, but he happened to take us to this one since he lives pretty close to the lake. He has a couple boats too. So
Man, that's nice riding right there. Little two lane
just
with all the trees.
yeah, you can't even see the divider right there. So you have to kind of watch out what you're doing. And I'm kind of pointing to these huge houses to the left. It's just crazy.
Right.
And our friend that lives there, he's on. Didn't he say he was like 3 acres, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
So
What is he riding?
what does he ride? Wizard?
He's got a Fat Boy.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay. He's the one that has the Harley flames coming to the side. It's a black bike with flaming hot flames on the side.
Nice.
Then it finishes off with the back part. It has a black fender.
Cool.
So you can see right there it was raining on us, but actually it felt like it was 92 degrees, and with it kind of sprinkling on us, it actually felt pretty good.
Yeah, I bet it cooled you off a little, huh?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. And of course, the clouds are kind of like above us right now. It looks like blue skies. But
Right.
see if I can speed this up here. It's actually coming close to the. Actually, if you look straight ahead there, you can see where the lake is kind of opening up a little bit.
Right.
And that's what I like about Conroe is it dips down into the like almost like a valley with these trees and everything else, and it's just so beautiful. It's almost, but it just costs so much to live out there. He
Oh,
uh he got a steal on his. Uh, the house was about $500,000, and
no, his house was 350,000.
no, I'm talking about what it was worth at that
What it's
time.
worth,
Oh
500.
yeah,
But
yeah,
he paid 300,000 or whatever it was.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
He gave 350 for it, and it's on 1.5 acres, and he got the next acreage to it for $70,000. So he's got $420,000, and it's worth about 750.
Yeah, there you
Wow,
go. So I'm gonna pause it here. I mean, look at that. That's just miles
that's
of just,
nice.
and there's people out there skiing. I mean, we used to
Yeah,
own two jet skis, and it just brought back memories. I'm like, wow, man, this one of these days I get like to get into jet skiing and into stuff too. So, but just it was just perfect out there.
yeah, that looks nice. Not even too windy, not very choppy even.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, is that a fishable lake or just a play lake, recreation lake, or
No,
what?
It's
it's fishable.
It's
Oh,
both, yeah, it's both for sure. So like there's hidden just like Lake Somerville, there's like hidden little spots. That's a real great place that jet skis aren't really, because Conroe has a lot of branches, sticks that kind of pop out in certain areas,
hmm,
and that like that's almost like the fishing part of it, I guess you can say,
sure.
because they like to hide in there, and there's a lot of just boats that are just sitting there fishing for hours. At the same time as the where you'll see a lot of the jet skis and boats. They're around this little highway right here.
Yeah,
So
this is
there's a
really
lot of
cool, man.
so
This is some nice footage too. Well done.
yeah. So this is the GoPro 8 with
Stabilization.
the smooth stabilization on there, and you can see my face moving and my motorcycle just jumping.
Yeah,
It's just straight.
it's going up and down
So
like this, but the video is pretty stable.
so he Wizard was in the front, so he got some really cool footage of that too. So maybe I'll bring something up. We'll compare them next week. This little scene right
Yeah, oh,
here.
that'd be
So,
great. And then I'll get some footage, um, even if I have to just go out for 5 minutes or something, just to get some footage. I'll,
Exactly.
yeah.
I did know that they opened up the canyon, which we call the Alpine Loop, which is you
Oh,
go
okay.
up a canyon, American Fork Canyon, and then you go basically through the mountains to. If you've ever heard of Sundance, Robert Redford's Sundance
Oh yeah.
Festival. Okay,
Yeah, for
that's where
sure.
he lives. And then you cut through there and then come down that canyon that I went up in
Oh,
my other
nice.
video.
Yeah.
So they
Okay.
just opened that up for traffic. So maybe next week it might be if I can get my bike. I'm having some overheating problems right now, but uh, I'll throw uh, I'll throw 5 minutes on there somewhere.
Yeah. So
So
are you gonna kind of do some research on YouTube about the overheating issue, or have you found a
Yeah, well,
forum?
I need to for mine. It's water cooled, so I changed the coolant, and there was only like a cup of coolant that came
Oh,
out,
yeah.
and it
Okay.
wasn't overheating. Now and then I put in like 3 quarts, and now it's overheating. So I'm not
You,
exactly sure. I'm going to drain it, and the drain is actually behind in the frame behind my exhaust, so I have to drop the exhaust in order to drain the coolant.
so
And then I want to flush it out really good and put some bars leak in there to lubricate the water pump and stuff like that. So
oh, cool.
that sounds good.
yeah, and then just to see if for some reason I changed out the thermostat as well after the fact after it started overheating. I was thinking maybe the thermostat was stuck, but I changed it out and it wasn't that. So
Yeah.
I'm just hoping it's not hurt. I don't think it is.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's kind of weird how it a little bit came out, and then you put so much in, and you're like, you could figure it'd make it even better.
Yeah,
You
right.
know?
Exactly. I don't know.
That's
And
crazy.
the fan didn't used to kick on when before, and now it kicks on.
Oh,
So
so is that a fan in the front? I guess that.
it's actually behind the radiator. So the radiator, the front of the bike is here, the
Right. Okay.
radiator is here, and then the fan is here. So it pulls air through the radiator
Oh, got you.
to
Very
cool it
cool.
off. So
Yeah. Cool. If you guys have any questions in the chat, just kind of put them in there, and we'll answer anything
Yeah, everybody
on
said
the.
that they really liked that ride. Dragonfly said it was beautiful, and
Mm.
Kathleen said she liked that ride. So,
Yeah.
and
So
then,
we're
and then
gonna
Randall
post
said
that.
he misses it. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that looked nice, man. That's the kind of riding I would love to do. Just plain road, trees and lake, just nature. Oh,
Yeah, that's the thing too. Is I wanted to actually do a ride to Somerville. It's about probably about 2 hours away. Going toward Austin. And but that ride is just really really cool. And when you get to the lake,
so
just get off the motor, just get off the motorcycle and just enjoy the
yeah,
weather and
Dragonfly had a
everything across
question
it.
there.
Oh, how far across the lake did we go?
All the way across.
Yeah,
So
it was.
it's about 2.5 or 3 miles across the lake.
Yeah, I
Wow.
mean that one video right there. It was started right when we started getting on that little bridge.
Right.
Yeah,
See,
Lake
one of the things I
Somerville.
wanted to do this year is take my bike, throw a fishing pole on the back, and go up to a
Mm.
lake and fish.
See, that's where Dwayne. That's where the hard bags would come in perfect. And
That's true. That's true. I guess so.
the cool thing, also the cool thing about the hard bags is you can go to Wizard World, find these little 6 pack coolers that would fit perfect in our bags, right? And
Yeah,
you fill it up with ice, throw some drinks in there, and if we're out and about, let's say we're out in the country road somewhere, there's no stores, and you
Yeah.
you know feel thirsty, we can just pull it out and have a drink, whatever.
Yeah. I'll have to
But
give that some thought.
man, I'm telling you, it make a world of difference for sure.
I'm sure. So
So
now,
on. Oh, go ahead.
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna talk about the lanes and stuff like that. But if you have
Oh, okay. Yeah.
another, what were you gonna ask?
Oh, I was just going to talk about, that you've been working on building a website a little bit more.
Yeah.
That'll be coming out in a little while, and
So we actually we're gonna have it set up to have it where you can actually go online. You go to the site, go to the tab that says live feed, and when we're live, it's gonna show it on there. We're gonna have different. We're gonna try out these different, let's say, lights, anything that we're gonna review. In fact, uh, the guy that we rode with today, he bought a Amazon. It's like a Daybreaker, kind of like what Wizard has on his bike. Now Harley Davidson went. What was the retail on that? $800, I think.
yeah. No,
So no
uh,
regular, no regular price, regular price.
the Harley Davidson one is like 600.
That's regular price, right? Full retail.
Yeah,
Okay, and you got yours pretty cheap, didn't you?
yeah.
Old Harley.
I got mine for like 280.
Okay, 280. I found it for about 200. Not the same brand. Of
now
course,
what
you're
is
gonna.
it? What is it you're talking about?
It's an LED Daybreaker, and it's much wider. It's much brighter because it's LED, and it doesn't have the halogen bulbs. Halogen bulbs give off a yellow light, whereas the LEDs give off a white light.
And this is a headlight or
Yes,
light around the whole bike? Oh, okay.
That's what
Okay.
they. That's
I just
just
didn't know
a,
what a daybreaker was.
yeah. That's just a Daybreaker. That's what the name of the Harley Davidson.
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
I
I
found
got
it.
you.
Now I found one that's through Hogworks that was like $200. But the guy we rode with said, "Dude, man, you should check this out." And before I was looking at the Hogwork one, they actually had one on Amazon for like $40. But I'm thinking, how well does this thing work? So
Right.
he's gonna send me the. He had one on his bike that he put on there. He turned it on and it was just bright. It was bright. So I might
Really?
end up buying a $40 one to review it and try it out.
Sure. Yeah.
But
No,
it
that's
had it had 5 stars on it, through Amazon. So, but that's
yeah.
just some of the stuff
Sometimes
that we'll try out, and we're gonna put it on Texas Rider,
here's the
TX Rider.
here's the thing you have to stop and consider too. His
Is how
bike,
long?
an older fat boy, and it's a 7 inch, but it may not fit like what yours will, and have the same type of plug-in system. So that's what it might cost you a little bit more.
Well, yeah, of course they're not gonna have the plug-in system. In fact, when I was looking at that Hogwarts LED headlight, it said that if it wasn't a street glide, you'd have to have an adapter for it. So they had two different, same size but two different, I guess, plug-ins. One for was
Pigtails. Yeah,
the
you just got to
pigtails,
pigtail together.
basically. So you have to tell them what your model is and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've
I
actually
just
been thinking about going LED on my bike, but I haven't done it yet.
see that's
I
the
haven't looked into it that much.
and that's the thing is cars, and I can understand Harley doing this because that's a way for them to make money. Is that a lot of cars nowadays are all LED basically, even
Yeah.
when you buy them. Now Harley, uh, and I know some people are like, wow, this is a brand new bike. It's new. It's 2018 and higher. This thing should have LEDs. Well, this is where Harley makes their money too. Is that you buy the extra for your bike. So.
Right. Yeah. I don't think Harley makes much money at all on the bikes themselves. It's all the add-ons and the cool stuff
And
that people put
then
on.
they make good money on the bikes too.
Maybe not the dealership. Maybe not the dealerships.
No,
But
the dealerships make okay. Let's just say your Harley cost. He lets you have it, the 2019 Harley, in end of the year. For it, just the 220, the 2020s are coming out in a couple months, and he let you have that one for 16.9. You said,
yeah, 16
yeah,
9.
16.9. Okay, he still made $6,000 off of that bike.
Well, because I was when I
That's
my actual sales guy, and I don't know, he could have been lying or whatever. He said, I mean, he sounded like he was telling the truth, but he said, "Man, you talked me down so low. I hardly made any. His commission on that sale was only like $800."
Okay, but
Well, now that's
that was
commission on his sale.
that was
That's his
commission.
right.
But what they made on the bike,
Oh yeah, I understand that.
they probably made close to $4,000, $5,000 on that bike.
Yeah, for real. It shouldn't take that much to make the thing. The
Yeah.
engine is
Dragonfly says $1 billion on their clothing line, and you're paying to advertise for them. The
yeah,
perfect example.
exactly. And oh, speaking of that, we saw it, and I don't know. This is about branding, I guess. But there was a guy that we were in Conroe, going to Lake Somerville. There was a guy that was kind of going this way. We happened to wave and stuff, and he was kind of going slow through the intersection, and he had a Harley Davidson tattoo on his arm. Now I don't know, man. That's the thing is, I would. It doesn't. I don't have to always ride a Harley, but this is a hardcore guy that has a Harley Davidson logo on his arm. You know what I mean? And I just don't know. Well, of course he does too. But
Okay, can you all see
but
that? There you go.
but that's the thing though is like I don't if it's a bike, it's a bike. It could be maybe I couldn't at that time I couldn't afford a Harley, and it's a Honda.
No, I can't afford a Harley,
But
so I got five
that's
other bikes.
yeah, there you go,
If you combine them
all in
all
one.
together, you can buy a Harley.
Yeah, but two of the bikes are mine. So
Yeah, there you go. So let's talk about lanes and lane changing, and also how do you feel about where you riding, and let's talk about that on the freeway. Like we
So
were,
I'm probably the oldest biker here, and
you
the only
think?
one that's been riding just by a little bit, couple weeks or so.
Yeah,
couple
right.
weeks, couple centuries. Oh,
Exactly. One of the things that I do when I ride, we all ride. When we ride staggered.
Mhm.
yeah,
Ride staggered. You're supposed to have, no matter what speed you are, between the guy. If you're riding behind the guy that's there, in other words, there's a guy here, right here, and then there's a guy over here, and he's back here. Okay,
Mhm.
there should be 1 second between you and him whenever you pass something.
Right.
And then if you're right behind him, it should be 2 seconds, no
Exactly.
matter what speed you're doing, because that as you get going faster, you get a longer reach, but it's still 2 seconds.
Right.
So that gives you safe stopping distances.
right,
Now, when you ride the freeway and you ride in town, always ride closest to the left side that I can get. I get as far left as I can get. I don't care if I piss off all the other drivers or what. I ride in that left lane, and because nobody's going to cut across you from one way and clip you coming from the left. They want, oh, I want to make this exit real quick, and then they clip you.
And
That's why it's safer.
there's a lot of people in Houston that do that. I mean, the between the 610 split going like this. I mean, you could be all the way in this lane here, just kind of cruising. All of a sudden, somebody from the left lane would cut all the way across just to get over instead of going around. I mean, that's how these drivers are. I mean, that's
No,
probably
it's
over there
it's
too.
the same way here.
It's
They're
just
nuts.
it's like they're driving. Oh crap! There's my exit. Let's go, and they'll
And,
just shoot all the way across.
and if you happen to be on any of those lanes or on that side, then you're going to get clobbered.
Yeah.
In fact, I saw on the way out there. I didn't tell you this, James. On the way out there was a motorcycle that had went down on the Katy Freeway.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't. I saw him loading the bike up on a wrecker, but I didn't see the guy or whatever, and I didn't see an ambulance there. So I don't know if he just had a problem, or whatever. But they had blocked off part of the freeway.
And that's another suggestion too, for all you bikers out there that ride, and is not only what the no matter, it doesn't have to be a GoPro, it could be a cheap camera, but we were just realizing, we can use this. If you put it on your helmet, wherever you put it, you can use it as a dash cam, and that's evidence of if you do get into a wreck and someone pulls out in front of you, you have that footage. And it's not their word against yours, or they could have said, "Oh, I gave them enough room," and then they end up hitting me from the back, and it's the motorcyclist's fault. Well, not right here. You got the footage. In
Right.
fact, when we were riding back, these idiots they came right up on us. We were in the fast lane. We were going 70. Speed limit was like 60, 65. We were going 71 around there. So we were in the fast lane. We were going over the speed limit. These two cars that were just riding up on us come around and kind of level with us, and all of a sudden they cut us off like a mother.
And
And
I have that on video too.
and he has that on video, so I mean that might be something to show too next week. If
So-
these guys, man, and I was like, man, it's like everywhere.
One of the reasons that you ride on that for as long as you can, and then you can move over and make your exit, within a reasonable length of time, whatever you're going to do. It's the safest spot on the road because nobody can, you can see the people that want to get over or people want to get over, and you're right there. But you're not going to have somebody cutting across lanes trying to get to you.
Sure.
And a thing too is actually the safest on the road is, and we try to ride this all the time too, is that having an HOV lane. I'm not sure if you have an HOV lane.
Yeah, we do.
And that's free for motorcyclists, because you're a single person anyway. And going down, because he lives in Houston, I live in Katy, West Katy area. Going home, I ride the HOV lane all the way because it's like a barrier. I mean, the only time you can really, if something happens, it's basically almost like your fault. You're gonna hit something. If it's gonna be you that do it, not anybody else hitting you. So I think that's really the safest place to ride.
The basic thing about being safe on the motorcycle and staying safe on the motorcycle is defensive driving. Be prepared to look at what people are doing. Look at tires, wheels, see if people are going to cut them one way or another. See if the driver's distracted, texting. We run across that all the time. Even in my truck, I get guys that are drifting lanes over because they're texting on their phone. It's like, you get this phone text. No, I can't put it down while I'm driving.
Yeah, no, and that's true. We actually there's two states that have this law, us in California, and it's called the lane filtering law, and that's where you can drive up between two cars.
Right.
Oh, split lane. Yeah, split lane. Right.
It's called split lane.
Only at a stoplight, and only if there's multiple lanes. You would not believe how pissed off that makes people.
Oh, big time. It's like they want to open the door and just hit that.
Between us, but we can do it. I don't do it just because, to me, it's not safe enough. It's always some douchebag that's at the front that wants to cut you off. So I just, I'm on a liquid cooled bike, so it's not a big deal. I can sit in traffic. So
Well, I don't know. I'd have to look it up in Houston if that's is that even you should probably know Wizard. You've been riding around in Houston longer. Is that even legal in Houston?
No, it is
Okay.
not.
yeah, there's only two
Not
states
legal.
where
It's,
it's
it's
legal.
not legal in Texas at all. Although some of these crotch rockets do
Oh
it.
my. Yeah.
Uh, we got Roland Picker in the house, and we got Outback Outlaw.
Outback Outlaw. How's it going, guy? Hope all is well. I'm glad you guys came and checked us out.
But
Uh,
like you're saying, being defensive driver, that's really the only way. That and driving to the extent of your of the road. You know,
Roland,
if it's
Roland,
gravelly, you don't. You know, you just gotta
Roland
you
Picker
need to
wanted
know.
to know how you deal with drivers with road rage. And in Texas, we have a concealed handgun law, but you can ride with a handgun concealed on your motor vehicle, on your motorcycle, without a license. So,
Wow.
and
yeah.
I'm not recommending you pull it out and show them, but when the guy's got road rage and he's cutting you off and or he's coming over and stuff like that, if you carry it on your hip, you just reach up and you show them on their hip. It's like, okay, here it is, you know, and then whip your finger at him. Uh, most of the,
Just
we, James and I, James and I also have uh, walkie-talkie headphones that are connected to our phones, and we're connected to each other. So we're talking to each other all the time, and we're listening to music. We're talking. We can also make and receive calls. So if we get a call, and I recommend that if you wear a helmet, get you this where you can listen to your music through your helmet. You don't have to worry about it anyway. If you got a newer bike that's got the system, you can hook it up to that. Uh,
yeah.
but just call 911 and tell them that this guy's got road rage and he's trying to run over me, and I'm on a motorcycle.
And that
Yeah.
also on that point too is with the we have the cardio uh, Talk Pack Slim, and whenever he's ready to switch lanes, I'll look first. And that's a really cool communication system because I can look to see and I'll move over, and it's safe for the front driver, no matter if it's him or somebody else, can pull over too. So that
Yeah, that
communication is really helpful when you're switching lanes, moving lanes over, and also when you're
So
have large
when you're riding
groups.
in a group and you know that you're going somewhere, if you're the very back driver, very back rider, okay, and you're the very back guy, and you have this kind of system like what JW was talking about, uh, that they say, okay, we're going to switch lanes. The guy is very back switches the lanes, and everybody can just lean right over into it
It's like just a
because
big wave, you know?
he's blocking the rest of everybody off.
Right.
yeah.
That's smart riding.
Now we're not cutting them off. We're just, keeping everybody safe
You're
that's in
just
front
the
of us.
first one,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
then once you get over, you can say, okay, clear. Yeah,
exactly.
it's just riding smart. I mean, I think that's the main thing is for me when I'm out there, I'm always more worried about what that other guy's going to do. I know what I can do, but I don't know what that guy's going to do.
I mean, you
And-
could be the best driver in the world and still get hurt.
And
It,
so the other thing that you want to do is like what Dwayne said is that you want to be very defensive, be prepared. When you're out there and you're just going out for a ride and you're all by yourself or you're with a group, whatever, talk among you in the group. Say, okay, we're gonna get out here, and if we're on this long, lonesome road, all right, let's practice emergency braking, so that you know what the bike's gonna do whenever you're gonna brake, because
Right.
not every bike reacts the same.
well, just like the newer bikes, our Street Glide has ABS on there,
Right.
and so it stops. It doesn't, even if you were to lock your back brake up, it's not going to slide all over the place. It's when you grab both bikes, both brakes go together and then stop you at a faster pace. So
Yeah, absolutely. Again, it's knowing what you're capable of, knowing what your bike's capable of. Outback
for sure.
Outlaws from Australia, so that's pretty cool.
yes,
I
sir.
didn't know
Back outlaw.
He said Outback just subscribed to you, Dwayne.
Yeah.
Gave
Oh,
you.
thank you. Appreciate that.
So if you don't have Wizards World already, that's a good time to plug everything in. Wizard
Oh
World
man,
has its own
I'm on my
channel.
other channel too.
Also, also, can you bring up a picture of our website, even though we're not done with it yet?
Yeah, I sure can. Let me get there real quick.
Western Australia. I have some friends that live in. Oh, damn it, where does he live? Near Perth.
He's like, damn, where does he live again? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
there
well,
you
I've got a lot of Australian friends, so.
go. Oh, okay. So this
But,
is
yeah, it's in Perth area.
yeah, it's actually txwriter.com. So you know, you can, if you have trouble finding us on Facebook, we're gonna be on Facebook. Here's our site. It's gonna have videos on there, like kind of like that. I just threw this video up on there. That's from one of my other videos from the channel. This is gonna be the place for up-to-date news, motorcycles and technology, reviews on new bikes or new products. We're gonna do anytime Harley puts out. It doesn't have to be Harley, it could be Indian, but we're gonna try out let's say in 2021 we're gonna go to a dealership and tell you what we think about these new bikes that are out also too. So if we're gonna have products coming in, keep in touch with us. We're gonna have emails so you can contact us about, let's say you don't see a review on there, that's on there, you can ask questions, what we're about. Now, Wizard World talked a couple shows ago about mapping rides. This is where you're going to be able to download them. You pay for so many rides, and we're going to have a USB set up, and we can send it out, or we might have it as a download. These are our sponsors here. We're setting all that up there, and donate. If you guys ever wanted to donate to us, we're going to have a donate PayPal kind of thing here. And this is now I laugh at this here because that's me. Of course, that's not me. I just took a picture today. So I'm the cool one in the house. So you know that's just, you know, when we're setting up WordPress basically, and they throw the pictures on there. So I just got to change them out. So he's the only one that's the real guy there. And this is Dwayne. You see him down there.
Oh yeah, I'm styling right there, buddy.
Yeah, especially those glasses, man. Those look like they're retrofit for your ride, man.
Yeah. Looks like you lost a little weight too.
God, I'd like to lose a little weight. A couple of
right.
inches at least.
So the Facebook page does work. You know, the links here. I gotta find my Twitter. This is the YouTube. This is Jim's what is it? Backyard? Back road.
Backyard. Back road bikers.
Back road bikers, right? And that's his YouTube channel. So, you know, these links do work. And this is our shows. Click on here. It will bring you to our live show. This is the YouTube channel for Texas Rider. We're gonna have one for Dwayne and Wizards World too. The latest news on this is where we're gonna meet up for the week. So, like today, I didn't put it in there because I'm still working on the site. But we're gonna put going to Lake Conroe to, you know, have a nice little ride. So I put that, have a little map where we went. Dwayne kind of liked that idea, so I threw that on there.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great idea.
Latest tech news on, you know, I'll probably talk about it next week since I didn't get to talk about it for the last two.
This is like the third week in a row you've been trying to talk about.
The last two, you know, shows, I was going to talk about the new update for the GTS boombox, the Street Glides from 2019 and on. So if you go to the site, you can also look, let's say you're new and you can't find the YouTube channel when we go live, or if you're fairly new in Google and you do a search, you can click on the live show, and we're actually going to have it's going to be an uplink here, so you can actually have it live on the site, so you can watch it from there too. We'll still get the views and comments and everything else. So
all right, well, everybody seems to be getting tired and leaving, going to bed, so I think it's time we shut it down.
Shut it down.
Pull the plug.
Pull the plug. But you guys have a good one out there. It's Memorial Weekend, and we salute the veterans out there. Wizard's a veteran, so we thank you. Memorial
Thank
service
you.
for that. Dwayne, I don't know. Were you in the army, weren't you?
I was a Marine, thank you.
Oh, Marine, sorry. Yeah,
Hey,
but we want to
Big
thank you for
difference.
that service too. I know, right?
thank you for the service.
And thank you for yours, sir.
Thank you.
You're a Navy man, yeah?
Yes, I was Navy Special Forces.
Damn squids, anyway.
Yeah.
He's always playing in the water, you know.
Uh,
But you have a safe memorial out there. Enjoy your long weekend, and we're so glad you guys came to our show and stayed around. We went past. I think this is our longest show ever. You know, episode
No, we
9
weren't
is
even thinking I was going to make it.
1 hour and 10 minutes. You know, but you guys have a safe trip out there. Have fun this weekend, and you drive safe, and let everyone let the good Lord be with you. And we'll see you next week. You guys have a good one, and see you.
See you.